In this video, I'm gonna be going over some of the systems that I'm going over in my business on a day-to-day operations. I'm gonna be going over exactly what it takes to scale a cold email agency, like what I'm doing right now. I'm obviously documenting this process in front of you guys. This is episode 6, day 6. Let's hop straight into it. I got some breakdowns here on the screen to show you guys exactly how I'm gonna go about doing it. So firstly, here on the screen, we're gonna go over the exact cold email campaigns and analytics that were sent today. So today, as you can tell over here, we've sent about 740 cold emails, the 17th of November, 3.8K in the past 7 days. Now, the main thing here that I want you guys to look at is the reply rate. So we're optimizing for obviously a positive reply rate because we don't want any negative responses and we're trying to book out calls. So the copy here is very simple. I'll show you guys one of the campaigns that we launched that we're going strictly after a project management tool. This one was launched about 3 or 4 days ago and it's 98% of the way done. So this is strictly for project management tools, which means that this is any sort of software that has some sort of ability to like connect Google Sheets or connect very boring businesses together in a way to where it kind of automates it. So think boring software, but we're over here marketing for them. So this specific campaign, we outreach to only project management tools. And the reason why this is important is because you have to go like deep into a niche to be able to actually get good responses and to not really get vague responses. If you go after an entire B2B software market and in your lead list, all you do is just source like very generic leads, you're only going to get generic responses back. You're not going to book many calls because you can speak directly to the prospects paying. So the next thing we have to focus on too is automating the business prematurely. Now, what this means is I talked to one of my buddies over WhatsApp this morning, and he told me that obviously if we were to put in every single automation in the business, it would be premature because obviously client acquisition still needs to be dialed in, your own marketing still needs to be dialed in, onboarding and the client fulfillment process with reporting and retention needs to be dialed in as well. So what this means basically in simple terms is if you have one part of the bucket that has like a hole in it at the very bottom, you can't expect to just like have multiple buckets and expect no leaks to happen. You have to fix the problems at a smaller scale before you're actually able to automate things that can then be produced at a much larger scale. So this is kind of what we're covering right now in this sort of aspect of the business. So obviously in these campaigns, we're targeting a very specific market and we're going after a very high reply rate. So the difference between a 4.5% reply rate and a 1% reply rate, especially in cold email, just from what we've seen, we can compare these two campaigns to in the campaign section. You can see right here, the lower market, November 11th, we have a 4.3% positive reply rate, or reply rate, excuse me. About half of that is probably positive responses. And if you look at the campaign above that, you have a 1.4% reply rate. And obviously you cut that in half, is probably about half as negative, half as positive, okay? So that being said, obviously the difference between these two campaigns is the copy. And the copy has to do with the ability to either speak to a broad list of, financial services leads in the software space, or talk to financial services in the software space that are payment processors and deliver some sort of like a B2B service. So a lot of times we list build with broad fintech leads or like broad software leads or like broad, roofing leads or construction leads. And we're going after an entire space, but we're not really being targeted, or we're not really targeting who we should be targeting. And we're not going deeper into the niche. We're just kind of going wider. We're trying to scale horizontally we're trying to scale vertically without building a proper base to scale horizontally first. So that's the first issue. So just the minor tweak of going after payment processors in the financial services space, instead of just having financial services be the niche, excuse me. That's the difference between the 4.3% positive response rate and the 1.4% positive response rate. So obviously we're mapping out the TAM here. We're making sure that everything is, a solution and that we're able to get a decent amount of leads for these people, as well as not going after just some random space, so that's the difference between B2B software here and custom development and all this other stuff. Okay. So that's what I wanted to go over for this portion of the video. I'm having to rebuild the system, like I said. So we're building everything with a stronger foundation, and we're very clear on who we're going after, why we're going after them. And then we're creating that avatar so that by the time we do sign them as a paying customer, we have the fulfillment dialed in towards like, okay, look, here's the Google Docs of the email copy or on the Google Drive folder here. Here's all of these different docs with specific copy that is known to convert well for these niches. That way, my head of fulfillment, Basil, shout out Basil if you watch this video, bro. He doesn't have to go in there and customize each copy, each message, each email. He actually has a templated way of copy and pasting proven messages, obviously minor tweaks here and there based off the company and the company's market and the deliverables of the company and things like that. But he's actually able to have a very clear process and a very clear message of what he's able to copy and paste into instantly for our customers. This is how, we're going to be productizing the agency and going from a service-based business to where I'm having to handle every single different customer avatar in the B2B space and having to make cold emails for this fintech customer, this custom dev customer, this software solution customer, this payment processor, and I'm having to come up with all these different campaigns with all these different copies. And I'm going from that to having, okay, we're only targeting project management tools in the software space. Okay, we're only signing project management tools in the software space. And then we're only fulfilling for those project management tools in the software space. And we only have copy that is proven to convert well for those customers in the project management software space. So that's the entire philosophy and way of thinking towards rebuilding the systems. I have to do this still on a day-to-day basis. I've been doing this for years now, and it still takes time out of my day to sort of look back from a higher level view and really just sort of get clear on what exactly it takes to really get down and scale. So that being said, it's kind of what we went over today. Those are the metrics, those are the proof, things like that. You guys can obviously tell we're actively creating new campaigns. Our head of acquisition, Andrew, is consistently creating new campaigns. He's consistently doing new things in the business, and we're constantly iterating. So that was the update. Obviously, that was episode 6. This is day 6 of scaling CMR. So you guys subscribe to the video. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys thought. If you guys have any questions, concerns, things like that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.